All right, and welcome to this week's live fitness class. We are doing some chair yoga today. So, if you'll find a comfortable chair with no wheels or wheels that lock into place and that doesn't have arms, it's going to be easier to maneuver today. And a few reminders before we get started. I would like to congratulate Sherry Smith, who won the um, week 2 challenge, and Sherry Fisher Swagger, who won week 1 challenge. And if you keep reporting, we will be able to get you winning more and more challenges. I did send out some emails today just as a reminder. It's never too late to report for your weeks. Um, Even though you're not in the drawing, you still get that encouragement and you get into the drawing to finish uh, at the finish of this challenge. Um, excuse me, if you have any questions about our flow today, you can drop those in the chat box. I'll try to keep an eye on that. Uh, Whether you're watching the live or the recording, uh, if you have any questions, you can always contact me. My information, of course, is very easily available to you on the event site as well as through the emails and messages that I send you. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get started with our practice. We'll find that comfortable seated position in our chairs, letting our backs hit the back of the chair and releasing our hands into our laps. And we'll start grounding by pushing those sits bones into the mat or into the chair. And on the next exhale, we release the shoulders down the back, letting the shoulder blades meet the chair, maybe finding a gentle gaze towards the front of the room or closing the eyes. As you inhale, maybe begin to grow up tall through the crown of the head. Make a little bit of space in the diaphragm. And then press back into the chair. Go ahead and begin to deepen those inhales and exhales. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. All yoga practices begin with a little bit of grounding and a little prana or breath work. And here today, we're going to work on our equal inhales and equal exhales. We'll pick a number. I'm going to say 4, and then we'll inhale to that count, hold for 2 breaths, or hold for 2 counts, and exhale and hold for 2 counts. So I'll count us off. Deep breath in through the nose, 2, 3, 4, hold it, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold it out, inhale, 2, 3, and 4, hold it, and exhale, 2, 3, and 4. Hold it out for 2 breaths and continue on your own. Maybe you feel you can go 1 breath higher or 1 count higher. Perfectly fine. This nice calming breath, very intentional. It slows down your heart, slows down the mind, and allows you to focus on this present moment, really check in with the body and self. Take 1 more round of that breath and allow yourself to focus on this moment. As we move forward in our practice, if your breath begins to wander, you can come right back here, counting the breaths, holding the exhales or inhales, and then releasing. Keeping the eyes closed or that gentle gaze, release those hands down alongside the body. Let the shoulders really become heavy. Think about your hands weighing like 5 or 10 pounds, really pulling those shoulder blades down. And then as you inhale, let the arms come up overhead. We'll let the gaze follow. So we're pulling that chin up towards the sky. And exhale, pressing the sky away. We tuck the chin to the chest, let the head fall, let the hands come alongside the body. Inhale, sending the arms up overhead, let the gaze follow. And as we exhale, let the left hand come down to the side of your chair and reach the right arm up over the right ear towards the left side. You'll root that right hip into the chair. And then maybe you gaze up towards the sky. You want to avoid kind of coming in on yourself, but opening up and pulling that right shoulder back just a little bit more. And inhale, both arms coming up overhead as we come out of that. And exhale, the right hand comes behind or down to the chair, and the left hand reaches over to the right, up over that left ear. Pull that left elbow back, opening that left shoulder and gaze up towards the sky. Sometimes you can even use your right hand as a little bit of leverage here to open up even more. You take one more breath here. And as we inhale, both arms up overhead, allowing the gaze to follow. Exhale, we twist to the left. We'll bring the left hand to the back of the chair, and the right hand can either come to the back or the side, depending on your mobility. And slowly begin to look towards the left or over the left shoulder. And you can really use the back of the chair as leverage to twist even more. You'll find that if you engage the core and pulling that belly button into the spine, growing tall through the crown of the head, you can twist even more. Try to keep the knees straight. Last breath here. And then inhale, sweep the arms up overhead as you come back center. And exhale, we'll twist to the right. You can bring your right hand to the back of the chair, left hand to the side of the chair. This is to start. If your mobility is limited, you can work the left hand to the back of the chair for a little bit more advancement and begin to look behind you. Again, trying to keep those knees straight ahead. We take one more breath here. Remember to pull that belly button into the spine. Sitting up nice and tall, twist a little bit more. And inhale, we release, sending the arms up overhead. Let the gaze follow. Exhale, release the hands to the knees. We'll do a few rounds of cat-cow. Maybe you have to scooch to the edge to make sure that your feet are flat on the floor, about a hip width distance apart, hands on the knees. Next, inhale, we sweep the chest forward, chin goes up towards the sky. And as you exhale, chin to the chest, your belly button pushes in towards your spine and kind of round towards the back of the chair. And inhale, you come forward, maybe this time with a little bit more. Maybe you bend those elbows, pulling those shoulder heads back. And exhale, you round. You tuck the chin to the chest. You press into those knees. You pull the shoulders forward. Last round. Inhale, coming forward. Chin to the sky. And exhale, round. Chin to chest, pushing that belly button back. Next inhale, we find that neutral spine, making sure that the back of our backs are off the chair and we're sitting up nice and tall, hands in the lap. Next inhale sends the arms up overhead, allowing the gaze to follow. As you exhale, you bring the hands to heart center, palms together. We'll work into a twist here. Your left elbow hooks to the outside of your right leg. You press the palms together. And as you press those palms together, the thumbs work their way towards the heart. And then you gaze up towards the right, looking over that right shoulder. If that is doesn't feel good on the neck, maybe you can gaze to the right with your chin in line with your hands. One more push here. Press into those palms. Open up just a little bit more. And inhale, we find our way back center. And exhale, the right elbow hooks to the outside of the left leg. You press the palms together. You can use this little hook here as your leverage. Kind of hinge the body forward a little bit. Thumbs come in towards the chest, the heart, the center of the chest. Gaze towards the sky, or chin follows the hands. And inhale, we find our center. Exhale, we'll release forward, hands to the feet. If you'd like, you can heel toe those feet out your chair width distance apart, and hands can come all the way to the floor. This allows for the belly to fall between the legs. Release the head, look back towards your chair. And inhale, you rise slowly with control, one vertebrae at a time, keeping that chin tucked to the chest. Arms come up overhead when you reach the top. Palms come to touch. And exhale, we bring our hands to heart center. We straighten out the right leg. So I have to come to the edge of my chair to straighten out my right leg. And you put your heel into the floor. Toes go up towards the sky. Deep breath in, arms coming up overhead. And as we exhale, we sink down over that right leg, letting the forehead reach towards the shin or knee. We find that nice stretch through the right hamstring. If you find that you can't make it all the way to the floor, find your support however you need it. If you're holding on to the leg, just avoid that knee. And then we'll roll up one vertebrae at a time. Send the arms up overhead. When we reach the top, palms come to touch. With the exhale, hands coming to heart center, we'll switch. Right heel comes in, left heel comes out. Toes up towards the sky. Inhale, arms coming up overhead. And as you exhale, you fold forward. I like to split the hands on either side of the foot. That doesn't feel good for you. You can always support yourself on your right leg, bringing that forearm to the thigh. You can really stretch through those hamstrings even though we're not standing. Something you can do anytime during the day. Keep reaching, looking down towards that leg. Last breath here. And on the next inhale, we rise one vertebrae at a time, sending the arms up overhead when we reach the top. Palms come to touch, and then exhaling, the hands come to heart center. Bring both feet in. We're going to begin a different flow, opening up the hips. So turning towards the left so that both knees face the left. We're going to exhale the right leg behind the body. You'll find a warrior pose. This doesn't feel great for everybody, so you can bend that back knee if you need with the toe to the floor. You'll find kind of a 90-degree angle, or if you can, you straighten out that leg. The thigh should be placed on the chair. Support yourself here. Next, inhale, send both arms up overhead. This is your warrior one. And exhale, we open up warrior two. Your right hand reaches behind the body. Your left arm reaches forward, making sure that that left arm is in line with that left leg. If you're working the back foot on the mat, you're going to turn those toes out just a little bit to find that right spacing. All right. Let's reverse the warrior. You inhale the palm up towards the sky, and exhale, the right hand comes down to the back leg. Left arm reaches over the left ear towards the back of the room or the back wall. And inhale, you find that warrior two. And exhale, we find our extended side angle. The forearm comes to the thigh. The right arm reaches over the right ear, just out in front of us. Last breath. And inhale, we find warrior two. Whoops. And now we find warrior one, coming back, gazing over the front knee. And then exhale, release the hands down, bring that right knee in. So we want to bring it so that the right knee is underneath the right hip for your 90-degree lunge. Inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale, the right hand comes alongside the body, left arm reaches over. Maybe you can't go very far. Maybe you need some support of the chair. Find the support that you need. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, left hand to the back of the chair. Right arm reaches over the right ear towards the back of that chair. You'll feel a nice stretch through this whole side body. Inhale, both arms up overhead. And exhale, release the hands down alongside the body and find your way to the opposite side. So maybe coming through center, you face the right and swing that left leg back. And remember, you'll have to resituate yourself so that your thigh is planted on your chair and your left leg reaches back. Let's take some practice. Inhale the arms up overhead for your warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. And exhale, we open up warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Reach out for the front and back like you're trying to touch the walls, but you just can't. Inhale the front palm up towards the sky, and we'll reverse that warrior. Left hand to that back leg, right arm reaches over the right ear towards the back wall, and you gaze up towards the sky. Pulling that belly button in helps. And then we inhale warrior two. And exhale to our extended side angle, forearm to thigh. Left arm reaches over, left ear towards the front. And inhale, both arms up overhead. We'll come back into that warrior one, gazing towards the front. And now we release our hands alongside the body as we find our 90-90 lunge. So that left knee comes in so that you have these two 90-degree angles. You really want that left knee under the left hip. You'll have to probably sit right on the edge of your chair. Inhale, both arms up overhead. And exhale, that left hand comes down alongside the left hip. Right arm reaches over. I can't seem to go as far on this side. And inhale, both arms up overhead. And exhale, the right hand comes down. Support yourself on your chair. Left arm reaches over. You should feel a stretch through that whole left side body. Really working into that IT band that comes from your hip down the left or right side of your leg, the outside of your leg. Inhale, both arms up overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart center. And we can release our hands. We find our way back to the front. The soles of the feet on the floor, making sure that they're about a hip width distance apart. We're going to reach behind us and grab the back of the chair. And if you feel like you need to come up just a little bit further, you can. From grabbing the back of the chair, whatever part of the chair feels good for you, we make our way into our back bend. So we'll inhale and reach the chest forward, pull those shoulder blades together behind the body. That's a direction. Doesn't mean that they're going to touch, but you work them there. Then maybe you gaze up towards the sky, really opening that chin, that throat up, chin up, just a little bit more. Pull those shoulder blades just a little bit closer to one another. And then we exhale, release. Tucking the chin to the chest, we round the spine. Releasing our grip on our chair. We cross the right knee over the left. Just a gentle cross of the legs. Inhale, our left arm high. And exhale, we find our twist, bringing our left hand outside of that right leg. And we use this as this forearm or elbow, depending on what touches here, a little bit of leverage so that we can twist a little bit more to the right. And inhale, both arms up overhead. Finding our eagle arms, we bring the right arm underneath the left. We meet at the elbows. You can see a little bit better here. And then we work the backs of the hands together or the palms together. The palms don't want to come together. That's fine. You grab the thumb as your little kickstand and you work your way there. It's fine. Round the shoulders a little bit. Makes it a little bit easier. You give yourself a little bit of space, pulling your elbows away from the body. And then bring the elbows in towards the body as you bow down. Chin comes in towards the chest. Rounding the spine in the opposite direction. And inhale, we come up. And exhale, release the arms alongside the body. Take a little moment here, roll those shoulders out, and we'll cross the legs in the opposite direction. Left over right this time. Left hand down alongside the body. Inhale, the right arm high. And then exhale, we find our twist, letting that elbow, forearm, tricep, whatever hits the outside of that left leg, be our leverage. So we can twist a little bit more to the left. Finding our last twist of our practice. And then inhale, both arms up overhead. We'll find our eagle arms. Left underneath right this time. We meet at the elbows. Palms come or the backs of the hands come toward one another. The palms can touch. We'll go there. Or you use the thumb as your kickstand. Round the shoulders, pulling the elbows away from the body. And then as you exhale, we come down, tucking the chin to the chest. Elbows come in towards the body as you bow. And inhale, you rise slowly, one vertebrae at a time. And exhale, release the arms alongside the body. Take a nice roll of the shoulders. And we'll finish out our practice, finding that comfortable seated position, both feet flat on the floor. Let the back hit the back of the chair. Maybe you find you can sink down into the chair just a little bit better. Palms come to the lap. Maybe you get that gentle gaze or closing the eyes like we started our practice. Noticing the difference in the body from when you entered your yoga practice to when you're exiting your yoga practice. Maybe you just feel a little lighter. Maybe you feel a little more open, a little more energized. The last few moments, we'll begin to release control of the body and the breath. And we just take a moment to find that quiet space in the mind. Trying to release the thoughts. Release the tasks. And when you're ready, bring yourself back to your body. I invite you to bring your hands together at heart center and take a moment of gratitude for the body. And thank you for joining us today. Namaste.